We are live, coming here with a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I'm your host, Trevor, and tonight we are joined by Andy. Andy, how you doing tonight?
What up? What up?
And we are here, just the two-man crew, the OGs, the BMFEP crew, just me and Andy holding down the fort. There's no, Alex isn't, behind you or anything. This isn't, the fake out 2.0 or anything.
No. This is like what the champs having a conversation. All the other, contestants or contenders or whatever they call them, they're not a part of this. Champs only.
So we are here, episode 6 recap show. Like we said, Alex is in the Redemption House this week. He's away for some personal matters. Thoughts and prayers actually go out to him and his family at the time. So yes, this is going to be a chaotic podcast. It's me and Andy. We joke around, we sniff around everything, and it's going to be off the rails. So with that being said, Andy, tonight's episode, what was your thoughts?
Well, so this is my first time being back on the pod and back being live. So let me start by going back.
God.
So it's chaos. Simply put, it has just been a chaotic past 2 weeks. Now, I do think that last week's chaos was way more chaotic and also way more enjoyable than this week's. But Jordan comes in, guns blazing. Trev, I gave him my MVP in my video, but I should have given it to you because I know how much you sucked Jordan off. And I should have known that you would have had the pod like you did last week when you're talking about, is he now the greatest challenger of all time when he beat Sierra Mist and won $10,000 and you're like, all right, crown him.
One, talking about that, I think I've been on record saying Jordan is the greatest competitor of all time on the challenge. I'm just saying this, the way he did it last week of him toying with him and kind of was just like, oh, take 2 points, child, please. And the theatrics and everything was just another layer to Jordan.
Sure, but you can't overlook that he was doing that to Sierra Mist. Probably somebody we will never see on the show again.
Hand up. Okay, that's fair. I just think Jordan is very Zac Efron Greatest Showman-esque. It is just perfect. I don't know. So
I like Jordan. You love Jordan. I think you might love him a little more than I think you might actually have feelings for him.
So last week's episode, you enjoyed it though.
Yes, I thought it was very good.
Okay, so both of me and you, even going further back to the episode 3-4, the 2.5 hour movie special. We both were on limbo at the time. Are you back to that level before tonight's episode? Were you kind of like Undertaker meme, you're back from the dead, or were you still a little in the ground?
All right, so let me compare it this way. So the 2.5 hour
movie
Boogie Nights, we were in limbo, a la Inception, a la dream within a dream within a dream within a dream. Very bottom floor.
Okay.
Last week, we jumped 2 or 3 levels. We're not quite in reality yet. We're still dreaming, but we're much closer. And then I think tonight we went inside another dream and back down another level.
So you weren't a huge fan. I think tonight was very Mas o Menos. It had moments that were really good and moments that were just like, why are we doing this? Personally, without jumping too far ahead, I like the daily. I think the daily was fine. The elimination was dumb. And we'll talk about what is a champion later on, because we literally scraped that barrel tonight of what is a champion. So overall, you think it was a little decrease?
I definitely think it took a dip this week than last week. Now, granted, if I'm removing last week and the 2-part special
movie,
I think so. That was episodes 3-4. If I'm looking at episodes 1, 2, and tonight's my favorite of those 3. Does that make sense? So I'm ruling out the movie and Jordan, which 2 ends of the spectrum.
So if you said we went down a dream level, then we were literally back in Sato's mind. Spoilers if you haven't seen Inception. The last scene of Inception. Like we were to the bottom. I think what it was a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream. We were literally on that bottom level, and then we rose back up. So we were on, where the skyscraper scene, and then now we're still back at the bottom.
No, we're only jumping down one. So the limbo was like 5 levels down.
Yeah. So last week's episode went us up 5 levels. We woke up from 5 dreams.
We didn't wake up from all of them. We were only in one dream. So we were one level.
Okay.
And then I think we went down one more.
Okay. I thought after limbo, we were literally that bottom tier.
I'm starting to get caught in we've talked about getting caught in the snake. We have not talked about getting caught in Inception. I need like a little dot.
I think
like a little dreidel to spin.
All right, let's dive right in though. Tonight's episode. One of the biggest things that didn't happen was the start of the episode. The streak is officially over.
Sad day.
Down goes the streak. I kind of missed, and I don't know if you caught it. It was kind of just a group that walked in, right?
I think Kylan, my man, was the first one, which he won the daily, right?
Yeah, he did.
He did, because he was the one who got all pissy about, oh, the clock's taking my shine. Shut the fuck up. So is the streak alive? Because he was the reigning victor because again, like in this type of format during chaos.
Mikey, that was a great comment. We should have had Jordan walking in. And the funny thing is, if they would have had Jordan walking in the hotel room, he opens the door and Kenny's just there watching HBO Max, probably on like season 7 of Entourage by now or something like that. It would have just been a classic scene.
Wait, so Trev, do we want to say the streak is alive? Because in the chaos format, if you lose, you're done. The streak cannot live on. However, what they did is they had the person who won the daily be the first one in.
I think the streak was built on eliminations is the problem. I want to put an asterisk, and here's the thing. I'll take that side. You take the other side. The streak continues. Next week's episode, we'll let Alex decide.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Before we dive in too deep to this, and I know we're almost 10 minutes in, and I don't even think we've started talking about this episode. Can we touch on the Jordan video that was all over social media about elimination?
Can you speak on this? I kind of saw glimpses of it. I think there were 2 videos. I think I watched the entire first part, but didn't get it to the second.
I watched them both.
If you can explain it to Trevor, like I'm 5, that'd be great.
Well, I'll explain it to Sir the Pod.
Okay.
In EITSTP. So essentially, we viewed it as a best of 3 round. In reality, it was 5. Those 2, Sierra Mist and Jordan, did a best of 5 for their elimination. And Jordan lost the first one, won the second one, and we saw there were some issues about wrestling and holding people down. There was like some issues with it not being like reffed properly. And then Jordan did, start forfeiting stuff. And it ended up going like Sierra, Jordan, and then it went to 5. So they could have just trimmed it to best of 3 because it really didn't matter. But they did do 5, and that's why Sierra Mist was so tired during the time. And then Mikey Doctor also points out Jordan kept falling out of his shoes, like in the sand. So he took them off. And he said, like, if you notice, and I haven't gone back and watched it, but if you notice, like, he'll be wearing bright yellow shoes and then his black socks. And they made no mention of it or anything like that. So
you're telling me you didn't want to go back and watch another 90 minutes of the challenge again after a 2.5 hour week before?
That would be a good episode to rewatch. That'd be the only one worth rewatching.
I don't know how much I got left in me, Teach.
Well, we're just getting started. We're still in chaos.
All right. So we talked about the streak. Kind of in between that and the daily, we kind of had a little teaser of Horacio and Nerys kind of flirting around, hanging around the house. I think Andy, you were the one who brought this up. Would be a great season to see, Horacio and Nerys now in a relationship. How would that play out during the season? I know you were really big on that at the start of the season. And what do you think so far? I mean, first off, great for Horacio. Pretty damn impressive on his part. Literally a guy coming named Horcrux to dating one of the hottest people on the show. Fair play to him. That deserves one clap. Not bad.
Is it really that bad? I mean, good for him and good for her. He's a very good-looking dude.
Yeah.
And I think we're really just seeing a star being born in front of our eyes with
Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga-esque.
I'm on a deep end,
watching a diving. Oh, that's it?
I mean, he's not only becoming my favorite, he's like becoming an actual challenge competitor. Like,
absolutely.
And here's the funniest thing. He is a more reserved guy, and he stays to himself a little bit, but he can open up and have fun. But he doesn't have to fucking come out and say, "Oh, I'm an introvert. I don't like to do this stuff." Fezzi's just an idiot.
Oh,
like, he's just such a little bitch. Like, I think Horacio is what Fezzi wants to be. But then Horacio can also open up and have a good time and be hooking up with one of the best looking girls in the house and dancing, taking his shirt off, doing all that stuff, and still go out and be a good competitor.
So would we say Horacio is just a 2023 version of Landon?
I think my comparison to Fezzi would probably be Tyree.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying Horacio.
Oh, Horacio. Sorry, I got.
I'm saying Fezzi as.
I got Fezzi on my mind. It's just,
he's not even on this season.
I like that. I like that comparison.
Yeah, he's kind of plays it low, plays it kind of straight. Good looking dude.
But maybe with a splash of. Because unless I'm mistaken, I never really remember Landon, because Horacio can very well come out of his shell.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really remember Landon doing that. Can you?
No, I thought he played a lot of his seasons just very low.
Very radar watch-esque.
I mean, literally could be radar watch every week.
Yeah, I like the comparison, and I like Landon, and I like Horacio.
What? So you said Tyreek as Fezzi would be your
Tyreek? Yeah, because didn't Tyreek claim that he played football at Oklahoma? That was probably Oklahoma ... Tech, but
of the blind.
Yeah, both of them, former football players. They think they're these big badasses, and they just suck.
I see a Fezzi equals Big Easy in the chat.
Good comparison too. I don't know what the similarities are from an eating challenge perspective, but yes, he's in the Big Easy, Tyree, Huey pool.
What about Dunbar?
Vinny.
Vinny pig. Wait, which Vinny?
Was Sarah the one that
ripped
his shirt off?
Yeah, you're right. I thought you meant Banana's cousin, Vinny. I was like,
that's Vince, I think. But Jenna called him Vinny Pig.
Yeah, the Vinny Pig. Yeah. Oh God, that's good.
All right,
so back on track. The daily challenge. We had good old bingo. So basically, and I didn't write all these teams down with the exact people that was on each team. Normally that's our challenge historian, Alex, who does that. And he's not with us tonight. So we'll get a short version for us tonight. But we basically broke it up into 3 teams. And basically it was good old bingo. They were dropping numbers down and you just literally had to get, what was it, 5 in a row or whatever of whatever your board was. I play it every Christmas. I believe Alex played with me last year.
I think that's actually right.
It's just a fact.
Legends.
It's a Fontan tradition. We literally pay bingo for gift cards.
I love that. So what would the challenge equivalent to the bingo be? The streak, you do not want to go home now, biggest prize money we've ever seen.
Wait, what?
I'm thinking if you did a bingo on a random challenge episode.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody reiterating the rules. Somebody saying they're here for their family.
I would say you do not you like right now you do not want to mess around with this champ. Uh,
True.
um,
I've been working so hard.
hurry up! I need a vote. I need a vote.
I know. All right. So speaking of which, that's a good segue. So then red team wins.
Yeah,
And I
but overall, you're dropping the ball in, they're diving for the
yeah,
number, and they're spelling out bingo or getting bingo or whatever. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I like this one. I think it would have been better with one more team, with 4 teams instead of 3.
interesting.
I just
I
think
would even
3
think,
is just not
yeah,
good.
yeah. 3 was an odd number, literally. Um, I
Thank
think
you,
I'm
Kelly
with
School of Business, man.
yes, it's right over here. Um, I think you're right because then you could have had the possibility of 2v2 when it came to teams.
And also, I think when you add another team in, these people are going to be even more tired and drained,
Yes.
which is good. You want them out of shape. You want them puking literally in the mud, looking like a bunch of idiots like they are. So, like we said, red team wins. And then they have to vote on the spot. It was a little back and forth. Who are we voting in? And eventually they get to Melissa. So Melissa gets voted in and she's crying. She's upset. How could you do this? And I just love, and I don't know if you felt this episode. I love when Brits get mad and their accent just comes out like
Oh, it gets
crazy. It is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So like we said, Melissa gets voted in. And then we kind of have Big T and Melissa kind of foreshadowing. It's not like the challenge to foreshadow that much.
Put it on the bingo card.
Melissa and Big T kind of talking, about plans, who they should vote for, who the House vote should be, blah, blah, blah. And then we kind of go right into the club, which the first part of the club, which kind of nice and like, I felt like the drinks were kind of flowing. The vibe
Mhm.
was good. It didn't get to that level we all wanted, but it was still it was a step up as I would like to say. It's like we were in the dream level and then we moved up one year or something.
Well, yeah.
So not too shabby. And then we had the one big thing is like Nerys and Horacio. I mean, God, they were just getting it on in the middle of the club. Like, I mean, have some respect for these people.
I didn't think that's what you were going to say the one big thing was.
Oh, I thought that was a big thing. What was your big thing?
I thought the bigger thing was Nerys and Melissa.
Oh, the little blow up?
They were like yelling at each other.
I mean, the thing is, Andy, and I think this is just because we're soft now, is like that blow up back in fresh meat is nothing.
That's a conversation on a Tuesday morning.
Absolutely. And that's my point. We just haven't seen a conversation like that in so long. We're just not used to it. Because I'm picturing back the CT in West where he's up all night just screaming at him. Like if somebody did that today, like come on. Like insane.
They're just lunatics.
Yeah. So yeah, the little blow up there. Did you want to speak on that or say anything?
Not in particular. I was glad that we saw it because it showed just a little bit of fight, But I do think what stole the show in terms of entertainment was still Horacio and Nerys, which good for them.
Great for them.
Nerys had a big night.
Yeah, good for her. So after the club, we go back to the house and, people are rounding up votes. Who can we go for? It seems like the person going to be voted in is Big T or Raven. Really no in between there. And it's funny because like everybody knows Big T is going to be the one voted in, but like everybody like acted like, oh, Raven might be voted in. Oh. I think the actual vote count was like 14-1 or something like that. Like it was not even close.
Melissa, I can get the numbers. I can get the numbers. No, you can't.
Put that on the bingo card too.
Mm-hmm,
I can get the numbers. The Alliance,
yes.
US. And then we go right into like I said, the vote itself, 14-1 or 15-1 or whatever it was, wasn't even close. And and then we go to the elimination. What is the thing called? The proving ground, the dome, the arena, right?
Is it the arena?
I think it's the arena.
They definitely named it something, and arena kind of sounds right.
I think it's the arena.
All right, so they go to the arena.
So they go to the arena, and essentially, Big T and Melissa are both down there. They're like, "Oh, we don't want to go against each other." Blah blah blah. Well, no shit, you're not going against each other. So this champ comes in, and it was almost. It brought me to. I think it was the first time. I think it was the first time that I felt like a challenge competitor when Ed from the Circle walked in. Like, I was watching my screen and this girl named Kaz walks across my screen, and I literally was just like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" Like, I was just like, "Who?" Like, what'd you think?
When Kaz showed up,
Yeah.
I had no clue who the hell she was.
I still don't know who she was. She was Challenge UK? I mean,
Challenge UK and the Challenge World Champion, that's all bullshit. We could just say, like, we did a season called Challenge Stir the Pod, and we won it, and now we're champions. It's the most participation trophy bullshit I've ever seen.
I mean, I'm starting to think maybe next week they'll bring in like a Champs vs Pros winner. Who was it? Gus Kenningworth? Didn't he win a season? He might be a champ coming in next week.
Was he the Olympian or something?
Yes. God.
It is just, they're even scraping the bottom of the barrel for champs.
I mean, think about this, Andy. A few years ago, we were complaining about scraping the barrier for Are You the One in Survivor. Look where we're at now. we're grabbing people from the Challenge UK as champs.
And like, even like Sierra Mist came from Challenge Australia. Like, I've been tempted to like try to track down one of those seasons and just like watch, watch Challenge UK. And what I don't understand, so they've got Challenge UK, they've got Challenge Australia. They probably have like 5 other countries that they're running the challenge.
Turkey. Didn't Turbo win Turkey?
But like, how can we have all these different little strands of the challenge, but the actual challenge is still dog shit? How is that possible? We've got a worldwide scout department at this point, and you're telling me we can't do anything better than Huey?
I mean, the cast is pretty bad. But I want to bring up something with the champs they're picking. Like, to be honest, Andy, like, how many active champs are there? Like, that we could actually pick from? Like, if you look at the males, I think you have more. But if you look at the females, like, how many female champs can you actually choose from? Ashley?
Oh, you're saying, like, what is the actual pool?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who can even, like, they brought in Kaz, but like,
yeah.
Well,
like, I mean, Tori.
Okay, Tori. Cara, which Cara hasn't been on in 10 seasons or whatever. Laurel.
Casey.
Who?
Casey.
Who?
Casey?
Yeah, I know. I wasn't clicking.
Any?
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do get what you're saying.
There's like, isn't it 5 girls, 5 guys? They might, the female cast might have 7 actual people they can choose from, and they got 5 of them.
That's a good point.
So like obviously they're not bringing in Nani. Like, I would almost rather have seen Nani tonight than this girl Kaz.
100%.
God, that was like, what was the thing they did a few years ago where it was like
Jenny?
God, where has she been?
I don't know. They brought her on. She was really good, and then they blacklisted her.
What was didn't they do a thing where it was like champs? Not champs for stars or anything like that, but like they classified like Anissa as a champ. And what was that? What season was that? And we just went off where we were just like,
that was the co-sponsorship they did with Golden Corral.
Oh, come on. That was at BK.
Yes.
BK.
Custom little crown.
God, no, Alex, it was not Champs for Stars. Oh, was it? Maybe it was Champs for Stars when they said like Anissa was a champ and like I forget. They all these seasons blend together now. But let's get back on track. So Kaz walks out. I'm still like, who is this person? And she goes up to the thing and she pulls out Big T's name, which now we got a good old fashioned Big T versus Kaz elimination round. Um, this elimination was they're in this trash can, which is funny. It's ironic because that's exactly what this elimination was. It was
Correct.
trash. And they're basically rolling in it, picking up a puzzle piece and making sure they get 5 puzzle pieces. They can, once they get the 5 puzzle pieces in the designated circle, they can get out of the trash can and solve the puzzle. I don't know who came up with this elimination, but they should be fired on the spot.
Fired immediately.
Like, I mean, are we just that bad at coming up with ideas now?
And like they just like when they do the dailies, again, it's a lot of let's just put a big ass apparatus over water and have them do something.
Yeah.
But there's thought and money and effort that goes into that. For the eliminations, it's just like, well, we got a couple trash cans here. We got a puzzle. We could probably paint over it and make a new one.
I'm just picturing like they just forgot it was an elimination night and they're just like looking around like and they're finishing like TJ's finishing up and I don't know if you saw him tonight. His eyes were looking glazy as hell. He might have been hammered or on something tonight.
Legend.
He might have just like completely like I'm just picturing like production just finishing like pizza or something. And they're throwing it in these trash can bins and they're like, wait, we need to use the trash and they're dumping out the trash, just like throwing them in. That's just how I'm picturing. But your thoughts on tonight's elimination? You hated it, I'm assuming.
I thought it was a stupid elimination between two people that I can't stand. And I can't stand Cass because I don't know her and she's somehow a champ on this show.
Yeah, absolutely. God, like that's what I'm saying is like if that was a champ's performance tonight, like we literally went from Jordan's performance to that tonight.
I know.
And it's just like, bro, come on. So very tough performance.
Again,
Cass.
Back into a dream.
They be sleeping on me, Brian. So yeah, and that was basically tonight's episode. Kaz gets eliminated. Big T wins, solves the puzzle first. I definitely was not expecting Big T. I think I was sitting downstairs watching tonight's episode, and I was with a few other people, and I said, "There's no chance Big T wins." I said, "There's no chance." But,
yeah, I mean, but then it's tough because you look at Kaz and like she sucks.
I mean, I think I got all like she's a champ, she should win. Like
100%.
The fact that she
probably Big T plus 375.
That's fair. That's fair. Speaking of stir the prop and bets, we did have a stir the prop bet from Andy tonight. Andy, if you want to say it to your people and check in on it, how was your stir the prop tonight?
So the stir the pod bet of the night.
Oh, classic mix-up.
Wisconsin SMU under 138.5. It's currently 46-48 with 7 minutes left in the game. Looking pretty solid. Stir the pod bet of the night's been hitting an unbelievable clip this year. So just follow along and we'll keep making you some money.
There we go.
I think it's 1-1.
So yeah, that was basically tonight's episode. Like we said, Kaz gets eliminated. Big T survives. She's back for another round. One last thing with the end of that. God, Big T and Melissa together, like that screaming and stuff at the end. Oh, get it off my screen.
I don't get it. They have to be like from similar parts because they're both British. Like maybe they just bond over that. But Big T is unbearable. And Melissa, when she's with Big T, is unbearable.
Yeah, I think they said Melissa's from Liverpool and Big T's from Chelsea, I think.
No, she screams Manchester.
I don't know. She kind of screams Norwich.
God, championship.
God. All right. Anything else from the episode itself before we get into some segments?
Honestly, I don't really have much else. Again, I did not particularly care for this episode. I think we went down a dream level, but we're not quite in limbo yet. The walls are spinning and you can fly and stuff, but we're not in full limbo.
I want to ask you, did we think this episode, and I know it was obviously a 90-minute episode, did this episode feel faster to you?
It kind of did.
I don't know why. Tonight's episode for me felt, I don't know if it was the pacing was right tonight. I felt quick. I don't know. And I know, Andy, I know you've been all in to make it 2-hour episodes. So like, I know
Watch it.
I don't want it to be as quick, but like, I kind of felt like, that vibe.
But this also could have been another one where if you think like, I agree it felt quick, but it was still 90 minutes. We could have very easily shaved off 30 minutes of bullshit and made this a 60-minute.
Oh, absolutely. Easy. I mean, this episode, when it boils down to it, you could probably make the challenge 30 minutes. Like the good old, like the early good old days. Like you could literally go, start it off straight to the challenge, and then you go to the club for scene, voting, and then the elimination. There you go. Easy enough.
And you wouldn't miss anything.
Mikey the Doctor, and I like this, and I kind of feel like we should make this a segment. And correct me if I'm wrong. What is it called in SNL? Like the what's his name? Why am I thinking Bill Hader's character? Why am I
fucking him?
Yeah. What's that segment called?
What up with that? What up with that?
I thought it was like Who's something.
Ooh wee. What up with that?
I'm thinking of something where we can name it like Who's the Next Champ or something like that. And I'm just thinking of that music in the background. Because I do like that question Mikey the Doctor brings up is who do you think is going to be the next champ to walk through those doors? And let me ask you this. Is it going to be a female elimination, or could it be a double? Could it be a female paired up with, could it be two champs paired up with each other? Or a double elimination, solos?
Well, they've done both. They've done it where two guys go against two former champs, I believe. Two mercenaries. And then I think they've also done, I'm thinking of like you remember the ring pull?
Yeah.
Derek was in it. Was that Derek versus Joss? And then I want to say Tori versus Cam?
I think so. And I think Derek won. Didn't Derek win? And
then I think
Tori lost, though. I think Cam beat Tori.
I would like to see that. If they did elimination with, and they could frame it up as a pair, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very interesting. That, you know what that would be, Trev?
Interzante?
Chaos. But who knows?
All right.
So let's just say, guessing as if it's a guy's elimination, they had Jordan. So I think they're going to get like the bottom of the barrel of the chomps. Who's remaining? Do you know, guy-wise?
Devin, Brad, CT, Darrell.
My money's on Brad or Darrell.
I think it's Devin.
I'm going to say Brad is my guess.
Okay. What's going to be actually even funnier is when Brad runs out, I guaranteed all these challengers are literally going to be like, who? All right. So let's get on some.
What if they brought out Darrell and Brad for a little rematch? They just those two against each other.
They were just like, we just want to have some fun with it.
Yeah, they pick like Asaf going against Corey, and then those two come out and they're like, you guys just go. Nobody wants to see this.
That's awesome. All right. So how about we do some segments tonight? The first segment we got is Stir the Prop. Let's check on a few of our bets that we've done throughout the season. Challengers versus champs. This is now 1 and 2. I think the over-under was 4.5. No, it's one win. Oh, well, yeah. I'm saying batting 1 of 2. But yes, 1 win, 1 loss. I believe the over-under was 4.5. So that kind of holds the line. And I felt like tonight should have been a free win for the champs.
Agreed.
So that, but here's the thing though. It hurts, but it just means somebody else is going to go against Big T. Right?
That's also a good point.
But you lost one person. So you have
Yeah.
like it still hurts, but I'm just saying, like, you still have that in your back pocket. Just
Yes.
out there. The other one we had was people quitting on the show, which was 0.5. Or, you know, that the more this goes on, I don't think someone's going to quit.
I think you're right.
So I think I took the over for that, which I'm not feeling great either. And then the last one was episode count. I believe we were at 16 and a half episodes or 17 and a half. I mean, you could say 16 and a half. You could give me 17 and a half. You could give me 18 and a half. I'm taking the over. And tonight was a great episode for that. Nobody got eliminated. I mean, we are literally in the same spot as we were.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
God.
So, all right.
We might have gone down 2 dreams, Trev.
So, Andy, we are still kicking. This might go to 2025. Like,
we'll probably see the NBA Finals.
Oh, come on.
Before we see.
I mean, just think, we will crown. This season started before the college basketball season, and we will see a national champion before that.
Yes. That's about a guarantee.
That's insane. My question is this for you, Andy. I see the Colts hat behind you. We all know you're a big Colts guy. By the time we crown a champion, will Ballard still be with the Colts?
I think so. Did you see Jim Irsay on Twitter today?
Well, let me go this route with you.
He's in an insane asylum, and he's the one signing his checks. He's not going to change anything.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing. Who is Ballard's best player that he's gotten, that he drafted? We'll say that.
Yeah, great question.
The guy you just cut?
Couldn't tell you.
The guy
you just cut, or the guy you're paying way too much for. Those are only 2 options.
Hey, Summer, we're just spitting facts.
Yeah, we are.
So, all right. Next segment we got is the champ. What is it? Champ change or
champ change, Trev? All right. So I'll take this over. So champ change segment that I coined.
Alex did.
No. So my segment, champ change, what my whole idea behind this was to pick a champ for this season that you would have inserted into either the daily, the politicking, or the elimination that you would have liked to see been substituted.
Yeah. Well, I think the daily is pretty easy for the guys, at least.
Jordan, default?
No, I was going to say CT.
CT. This has CT written all over it.
Yes, like he would be unstoppable. It would,
and he's done this exact challenge like 3 different times
in different versions. Like literally, like that T-bone always gets me going. I'm trying to think of what else. Female wise, I would go Laurel for this one.
Okay,
because I believe she won. Correct me if I'm wrong, as the fresh meat historian. Didn't she win that?
Yeah.
So we're definitely talking prime CT.
What about?
We're talking prime CT, not big CT.
Correct.
Big T.
Monstrosity.
So, and then the elimination. Elimination needs to be somebody scrappy but is good with puzzles. I think female-wise, I think Kara's really good at this one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And male-wise, I think I lean. You know what's funny? I don't lean till Jordan on this. I kind of lean Darrell.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think
Darrell, Kara. Darrell,
have they ever worked together? But surely they won that season, though, right?
First one's gone. That was when the challenge was the challenge. You get 2 legends paired up. They get sent home first week. That's the challenge, baby.
That's insane. It's crazy to think about that. When you look back at challenge, like what ifs and stuff like that. And to see them go home EP1.
Right.
Crazy. All righty, let's go to our last segment of tonight's MVP, LVP time. It's going to be first person in the chat. It's going to be nuts. There's a lot we can choose from tonight. I just can't wait. Andy Trev is going to be our order tonight. Andy, give us first our MVP.
I'm gonna go Horacio.
Ooh.
He won the daily. He's obviously either hooking up with or going to start hooking up with Nerys, who's obviously very attractive. He's got great ties within the house. No one wants to go at him. Probably the best competitor, in my opinion, on the show. Looks good, plays good, got a good-looking girl with him now. He's kind of the man.
I think, this might just be a dynamic duo kind of night. There's PB and J, there's me and Andy, and there's Horacio and Nerys. And I'm going Nerys tonight as my MVP because I think she is literally in one of the best spots for a female this game. Like, she is in a great spot.
Agreed.
She has the strongest alliance. And by her making that move tonight of literally flirting, having a great time with Horacio, like, nobody wants to touch, like, and I think that's the biggest thing is when you're Horacio and you're her, if you touch one of them, you're touching the other, like, you're shooting your shot at both of them. So I think, like, by her, planting her flag tonight officially, she's good for the long run.
Agreed.
My LVP tonight, and I hinted at it. I didn't want to keep going on it because I knew this was going to be my LVP tonight. It's going to be viewers. Viewers. And my LVP is going to be the viewers because the fact that we had 0 people eliminated on tonight's episode, and we have to sit here for another week now and do the same old song and dance where at what time? At 7:59 p.m. Eastern time versus now at 10:23 p.m. Eastern time, we are in the exact same spot. Literally nothing changed. The money didn't change. The alliances didn't change. I guess, well, you can say the alliance changed a little, but nothing changed. It's like, what are we doing?
Feels like we're in limbo.
God, as I always said, I feel like we're just in another layer of a dream now. And I just don't want to go to that limbo level where we just can't get out and we're just losing. I think
losing our minds.
Literally, we'd be losing our minds. Our eggs would be like scrambled eggs, or our heads would be like scrambled eggs. And I just feel like we're on the verge. We could be on the verge of it. And the fact that we just added another episode, I guess the one positive would be it's closer to my stir the prop. So
true.
So LVP tonight, Andy, who you got?
I thought there was really only one answer. And it was not viewers. I'm glad you took viewers, and I think it was a really good pick. I've got to give it to Kaz. That was the first time I had ever seen her on my show or on my TV. I hope it's the last. You show up as a mercenary, as a champ, as somebody to show up and bring the heat, and she literally looked like legitimately like a fish out of water, flopping around on the ground with no clue of what the hell they were doing.
And I was thinking about giving her LVP. The problem is I just didn't even want to give her the respect to give her an LVP tonight because that was one of the worst performances from a champ. Like, it was an asterisk. Like, it doesn't count.
Yes.
Like,
she lost to Big T. Big T. She's horrible. Horrible.
Like I said, it was one of the worst. And Big T stays. So
don't take it easy. Hope to see you never.
Absolutely. I want to give an honorable mention to everybody in the live chat and who will be listening, as soon as this podcast goes out. I will say, we are literally recording this the night before Thanksgiving. So, a little Blackout Wednesday or whatever you want to say, being with us, I think I can speak on Andy's behalf, but like, we are very blessed, very thankful that you're a part of our lives. If it's the Mikey, the doctors, the Daboos, of the world. Like, you guys are all our AWLs, and, we're very blessed that you guys listen to our podcast, which is 100% free, 100% all the time.
Yeah, not like that one Sean Yeager guy.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that Sean Yager, what's his name? Yadimir Yager. Like, I mean, that dude, how much does he charge? $600? It almost costs more than Paulie and Kara's extravaganza weekend.
Yeah, but if you subscribe to their channel or podcast or website or whatever, I think they send you a sticker in the mail. But Trev, do we want to do a quick what we're thankful for about the challenge?
I mean, not much right now.
Kind of what I'm thinking. It's not an easy question.
You go first.
I think my only answer is that we are now 6 episodes in. Even though we've got plenty more ahead of us, we've already got 6 knocked out.
I will say, and this isn't for this season, this is just in general, I'm very blessed of the challenge, like the memories that I've made from Stir the Pod, the relationships between the viewers and me. But yeah, nothing from this season right now.
That's a pander pick.
What do you want me to say about this season? Oh, I'm blessed to see TJ back on my screen, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on.
No, you can say you were thankful you got to see Jordan so you could suck him off on a pod for one episode.
Okay. I'm blessed to see Jordan again. I hope to see him again. I can't wait to see him next season for season 40.
There you go.
There we go. I'm also blessed that Ed from the Circle is on from this season.
That's a good one too.
Ed from the Circle is literally carrying this season. Without him, I think I might even be in limbo.
all the way down.
It's just, I think the podcast would literally just be like this tonight. And if you're watching live, you'll understand.
Yes.
It would just be like that. So before we go tonight, I did get a message from Alex on tonight's episode. Obviously, he did not watch, but we should see his clip, and hopefully he's got some good MVP, LVP pick.
Stir the Pod. What up? Obviously, I'm not there with you guys tonight. Just want to say, love you guys. The episode was great, I'm sure. I just want to say, too, real quickly, I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the STP co-hosts. I'm thankful for the live chat. I'm thankful for season 39. It's actually been pretty good so far. But just letting you guys know that even though I'm not there, I am missing you guys. My MVP pick for tonight is going to be, I'm taking a stand. I'm not getting an MVP pick. I'm not getting an LVP pick. Because guess what? I'm not there. All right? I'm taking a stand. I'm not doing the fake, my MVP's TJ, my LVP's Anissa. I'm not doing that. I wasn't there. I don't deserve an MVP or an LVP. So I'm taking a stand for once. That's going to be likely an off-season rule implementation. You don't get MVPs if you're not there. So those are my non-picks. But anyway, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Love you guys. Miss you guys. Love you guys.
Where do we want to go with this? I think I don't want to say it, but is he too cool for Stir the Pod now?
Oh yeah, he's probably on that Challenge Mania or Challenge Maniac pod right now.
Could you imagine we just see like on Twitter or on Instagram just like
he's got a big caricature of his face next to Derek and his little like mohawk.
I don't know. We'll get into it. This might be an off-season discussion for the group, but I kind of like the random MVP, LVPs.
I kind of do too.
The classic. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to this person because this, and it's all. I think it's always smirky when that person's either so on or just completely so off.
Yes, like wasn't even on the screen.
So I don't know. We'll dive into that. That's an off-season issue that I don't know why he decided to bring that in tonight before Thanksgiving. He started off that speech very nice, but
we'll address it at the board level.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's at the board meeting. I mean, he might have lost his vote according to us.
Kendall Roy.
I think Adam Meadows might be sniffing around for a vote. I think he was on his hand. I think he was on his hands and knees looking for it, like a dog. Bark. So anything else from tonight's episode?
No, I think we're good. I think we wrap it up. Give the IWL some time back in their Blackout Wednesday, but hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. We don't have to watch this for another week, but have a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy conversations that you probably don't want to have. It's kind of like us watching the challenge, so we're good at it.
I will say before signing off tonight's episode, this is actually the first Thanksgiving in 3 years that me and Andy and Alex aren't together recording live. So, very bittersweet for me. We're all over the country right now doing some other stuff. But, for me, it's very bittersweet. And I miss not being live with you. So hopefully we can do a Christmas pod.
More in Thanksgiving spirits.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll just have to double up in the Christmas spirits.
Well, I got to look at the Christmas special. Will there be a Christmas special? I don't
Christmas is on Sunday, I think.
Yeah, but the problem is I'm not getting back. We'll talk offline, but I don't think I think you're going to be gone when I'm coming back, and it's going to be a flip swap situation.
We'll address it at the next board meeting.
Sounds good. So gone. Well, thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I've been your host, Trevor. You can follow us on Twitter at Stir the Pod. You can follow us on Instagram at Stir_the_pod. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Shout out Duffy. Bye-bye.